Oops. Making landfall. It came ashore near Lynchfield Beach around, I don't know, 2 or 3 a.m. this morning. It's Litchfield Beach right here. You could see that almost all the convection is off to its north and northeast, which is pretty characteristic of this storm's lifestyle, through its whole life. You see these bands coming through here. Wherever these set up, and where if the core hangs around long enough over a certain area, there's definitely a possibility of flash flooding. Although flash flooding and tornadoes really on the right side here. You see the marginal risk for tornadoes today outlined here in this green. I'd say the most likely place to get tornadoes is these bands that come in. You can see they have a different structure than the rest of the stuff embedded in there. But anyway, so far, let's look at the storm total rainfall. Okay, well, right along Myrtle Beach, it's estimating almost 6 inches of rain so far, which is pretty incredible. I'd have to verify that, but let's see, over the past hour, 2 inches of rain. That's a lot. And in 1 hour, that could really cause some localized flooding problems. I'm surprised there's not a flood warning or something going out, but hopefully everybody's okay there. And it looks like this area is moving out, so hopefully that'll be the majority of the rain that's already fallen, and they won't get much more. But you can see right around here, not a lot of reflectivity, so that's good. Anyway, not not a high impact event, except the fact that it's on a holiday weekend, which is with the rip currents and impacts on people's weekends. Um, it's garnished more headlines than it normally would. And so I'm going to switch to weather-wise here. You can see I have the track of this system on the map here, and it's supposed to go up through the mid-Atlantic and probably dump some pretty significant amount of rain along to the right side of that circulation center over the next couple days until it moves out to sea. So we have another flooding risk going on down here in Texas, which is not good. Just putting on reflectivity here. You can see the convergence of rain right around Clayburn. And the Weather Prediction Center has highlighted this area with the possibility of having flooding due to antecedent conditions, all the excessive rainfall that's already fallen. It's really, let's see how much precip they've gotten so far. 3.2 inches. Uh, that's not good. Let's see if I do it over time here. That's been in pretty recently. If these bands, a little bit of bugging out there, but these bands, let me close this. If these bands set up in this area and stay there, we could have another really bad situation on our hands. Hopefully, not like we had um, in the other parts of Texas in the past couple of days, where there was over 30 deaths and quite a few children passed away as a result of floodwaters along the Guadalupe River, which is, according to what I've read, is one of the most flood-prone rivers in the United States. Again, here's a satellite loop, the first light visible of the Chantal. You can see coldest cloud tops associated with it. That's likely part of the mid-level circulation. Low-level circulation is down here somewhere. What I'd like to do is talk a little bit about the precip of the flooding that occurred um, in Texas the past couple of days. It just makes me sad to think about it. I just hate to hear that. Let's go to pivotal weather and look. The observed precip totals for Texas. You can see precip totals. I don't have any historical data right now, so this is showing what the possible precips are. Precip accumulations over the next 178 hours, 72 hours. Um, it's saying it's Saturday, sorry, July 5th. It's 7 a.m. This is 24 hours, upwards of 10 inches, 72 hours. You can see it goes up to plus 15 inches almost in a wide area, and it just was a terrible thing. I don't know if there's anything anybody could have done to prevent that. I mean, that flash flooding that's exactly what it is. You can't predict that sometimes, and the National Weather Service, the best they could to get warnings out to people. Um, this is a sad situation. So, as far as severe weather goes, let's move on to that. Or today, with the outlook for severe weather, tornado potential, you can see 2%, Nebraska, Kansas, northwest Colorado, extreme southeast Wyoming. Uh, Wind potential 10%, and a good portion of the Kansas, Nebraska, southeast Wyoming, parts of eastern Colorado, with a 10% hatch risk in this area here, which means 2-inch hail or wind. 60 knot potential of 60 knots or greater winds within 25 miles of the point. Excuse me. Hail, really the same thing here, just a little smaller area. Potential of 2-inch or more hail within 25 miles of the point. Um, Day 2, they already have a hatch risk for hail and a smaller 5% risk here in a large area of the upper Midwest. Wow, they already have a 30% risk of wind risk and a 10% hatched overlaid on top of that, which is pretty. That speaks volumes when they predicted this far out. So I would really keep an eye on that. Hopefully, it won't be that bad. Tornado risk, they have a 5% risk inside of a 2% risk here in central Nebraska for tomorrow. So, given those factors, the precipitation forecast, let's take a look here over the coming days. Day 1, you can see the highlight area, Chantal, and down in Texas, highest areas, 2 to 4 inches, maybe more. In the areas where you can see here, nothing really prone to fall in Georgia today for the most part. We're still on that kind of northeasterly flow today, so chances of precip are quite low. Day 2, if it'll load for me. Thankfully, Texas is going to hopefully dry out just a little bit, and potential for more rainfall in central Nebraska, Kansas. Day 3, kind of a nebulous overall threat in the eastern part of the United States, but nothing too focused. That being said, let's look at the excessive rainfall over the coming days. As I highlighted here, slight risks in these areas along the coast of New Orleans, Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, North Carolina, Chantal, and where I highlighted earlier. Day 2, kind of a marginal risk in all these areas. Again, associated with the remnants of Chantal, whatever's left. Day 3, a large marginal risk along a large swath of the southwest to the mid-Atlantic to the northeast. And then day 4, marginal risk in these areas. Day 5. So the theme for the coming days hopefully is to dry out some in Texas. I hope so. So I'm going to go over the temperatures here real quick for the nation today. High temps, the 90s in the southeast. Desert Southwest going to be hot, as always is this time of year. Of course, these temps aren't too far from normal, really, although wherever it's humid out, it's going to feel a lot worse. Day 2, pretty hot across most of the U.S., except for the northern tier, really. Really hot in the Desert Southwest. June 8th, 8 p.m. It's really starting to heat up in the south here. I think we're going to run into some heat index issues all the way up into North Dakota, South Dakota. I have a feeling that I'm going to go over the overall pattern, you can see this. It cools down towards the end of the period to July 11th. Of course, it stays hotter in the south. Thankfully, it cools down a little bit up here. So the overall flow here, I'm going to go with a European model and the upper level winds, national. You can see upper level low pressure over Georgia here, and kind of a split flow, and which is this is probably going to be leading to severe weather today. Chantal is somewhere in here, down here. Sorry, yeah. So anyway, upper level flow. High pressure builds in a little bit along the east coast here. Kind of a zonal flow for a period of time. You can see high pressure building over the plain southwest here. It kind of flattens out further on as a trough builds across the northern plains, upper Midwest. And this really, I know it's 6 days out, but this could really give some severe weather in this area as it moves through. This time of year, this the jet stream is usually pretty far north, and when it gets this far north, we're definitely gonna have hot weather in most of the U.S. So that's the upper level flow pattern. Main theme is perturbations in the flow with some severe weather in the northern interior of the U.S. in certain areas, but hot for most of the rest of the country. As far as our local area goes for today, like I talked about, you see Chantal down here on the radar with some in Florida. There's still some lingering rain there, but really not much expected in Georgia, except maybe in the far northeast or the mountains today. Going further in time, we're going 24 hours out, further along. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not a lot to talk about here in the southeast, but there's other areas of country that are having some stuff going on today. We'll keep an eye on it and pray for them folks and families in Texas. And we'll keep them monitoring Chantal, see if there's any severe risk or flooding. Flooding that occurs as a result of it. Hopefully not. We had enough of that past couple days in Texas. But, hope you all have a great day.